Hi everyone, I'm Catherine. Today I am bringing you a recipe called French toast bake. It is so delicious for the weekends, for the holidays, for a brunch. Y'all, you're going to make this at night and then in the morning you're just going to throw this in the oven and it's going to be amazing. Alright, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll know when my shows are posted. Let's go ahead and start building up our French toast bake. Alright, so I'm going to show you everything we're going to need to make our French toast bake. I'm going to start with the bread here. Now I'm using a brioche bread. It's pretty thick and it's got a nice flavor to it. You can use like French bread, you can use Texas toast, anything that has some thickness to it. Now what you want to do is leave this on the counter a couple of hours to kind of dry out, and that will help it absorb all of that yummy French toast custard that we all know and love, right? Okay, so I have about 12 pieces here, and that's a good amount right here. And now what I'm going to do is show you the other stuff that we're going to need to make our custard part of this. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of milk. I've got 1 cup of heavy cream, or you can use half and half. Now I've got some butter here and I'm going to use this to grease my baking dish. I've got 8 large eggs, half a cup of granulated white sugar. Now if you want to use brown sugar you can for a more molasses flavor. Now I've got some salt here. I'm going to use a pinch of it, or about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I've got some vanilla. This is going to be our predominant flavor because that's how we like it here, so just keep that in mind. We're going to be using 2 tablespoons of that. So if you want to go less on that, you can certainly do that. Now I've got some nutmeg here, and I'm going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then I've got cinnamon, and I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon of that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead now and start making the custard. I've got a large bowl here, and then I've got a nice wire whisk that will really help break up the eggs, which I'm going to go ahead now and crack and put into my bowl here. Alright, I'm just going to like bust up the yolks here and get a little mix on it before we start adding everything else. Alright, I'm going to add my 1.5 cups of milk, 1 cup of heavy cream, half a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a little pinch of salt, or about 1/8 of a teaspoon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and blend this up really good. Alright, so I've got my 9x13 baking dish here. Now I'm going to use my butter stick and I'm going to butter this really good. The whole bottom, along up the sides, and in the corners. Alright y'all, so I'm going to start building our French toast bake. Now I'm going to build it like it's going to look right here. They're going to stack up on top of each other. And the first thing we're going to do is take one of our dried out pieces of bread here, and we're going to do it like we do normal French toast, right? You put it into the mixture, let it soak up just a little bit, flip it over to the other side, soak it really good. And then we're going to take some tongs here. Magic of TV, right? Or magic of my helper. Alright, you're going to pull it out and then you're going to lay it into your pan, kind of like it's going to stack up right there. I'm going to keep moving until we get this all built up. Alright, let it soak for just a second, or a few seconds. We don't want it falling apart in there, alright? So just enough to cover the whole piece of bread. And then what I'm going to do is layer it right on top of that first one like that, right there. Can y'all see that delicious cinnamon on there? Oh, that's so nice. Looks good. All right, I'm going to continue building until we get it all in here. All right, so we have them all in there. Those look really good, don't they? All right, we're gonna finish this up. I'm going to take the remaining mixture that I have here, and I am going to literally use a ladle, and I'm just gonna pour it all over the French toast here. Now we're gonna go ahead and just kind of push it into there so that the top pieces right here are down in there, soaking it all up. All right, so I'm just going to take some tin foil now, and I'm going to go ahead and just cover up my baking dish. All right, this is going to go in the refrigerator for at least 4 to 5 hours or overnight. So I'll be back when we are ready to put this in our oven. All right, everyone, it is the next morning. I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees. Now, it's going to take some time to heat up, so I have taken my French toast bake out of the refrigerator because we want to kind of let the chill release from it. So I've also taken the tin foil that was on it overnight and tossed that, and then put on new tin foil that's not so chilled. All right, so when the oven goes off, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then I'm going to take the tin foil off and let it cook another 15 minutes. All right, and then about halfway through that, I've got some bacon on a pan here now. I've got thick cut bacon, so I'm going to put it in the oven about the 20-minute mark and see how that's doing. All right, y'all, I'll be back and show you what our French toast bake looks like. All right, so I just pulled my bacon out of the oven. It's been in there about 35 minutes and on 350 degrees. This was a thick cut bacon, and look how delicious that is. And that's what we're going to be having with our French toast, which I'm going to show you right now. All right, so I've set up a breakfast bar here. I've got my French toast bake out of the oven, and it's been sitting for about 5 minutes just to kind of pull itself all together. I've got my crisp bacon that came out of the oven. Then I got some syrup. I've got some whipped topping, some strawberry syrup. Now I had picked this up from Trader Joe's, and that looked really good. Got some fresh blueberries or any kind of fruit that you want to use. I've got some butter here. I'm just using a spray butter. You can use like stick butter. And then I've got some powdered sugar here, which my husband likes on his French toast. All right, I'm going to go ahead now and cut into this, and then I'm going to plate it up for you. All right, now while I cut the French toast bake, what I don't want to do is go in and try to give everybody a slice of the bread here. We want to cut it through like a casserole. So I'm going to cut it down the middle here. And then I'm just going to cut wedges. All right, let's dress this up. All right, now the way I like it, strawberry syrup. Do y'all see those strawberries in there? Look at that. I'm gonna put it right across my French toast here. And take some powdered sugar, lightly dust it. I'm just gonna put some blueberries around and some bacon. All right, what do y'all think? You ready for me to take a bite? All right, I'm gonna go in. All right, I'm going in. Oh, that top is nice and crispy, and it's nice and soft on the inside, but it's so baked. Oh my gosh. Get some syrup going on there. Okay, That is so delicious, y'all. It's not wet, okay? If you bake it long enough, it dries out just a little bit. It is so delicious. You can see that bite right there. All right, don't forget to crisp up your bacon in the oven like I did. It took it all the same amount of time. All right, comment down below and give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll know when my shows are posted. All right, y'all, I will see you on my next episode.